Today, we're reviewing and talking all about the Super Mario Galaxy movie and Project Hail Mary because this is Watch Your Way. Welcome back to the Watch Your Way podcast, where we discuss, rank, and review what's going on in the film industry. I'm one of your hosts, Johnnymmer here, and today we have some exciting movies to talk about, including Project Hail Mary and the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I am here joined by...
Hello, everyone. My name is AIDAN. I'm excited to get the first time on the channel and start this new journey.
Absolutely.
Um,
I wasn't sure what you wanted me to call you. I was like, whether you want me to call you Aiden, whether you want me to call me whatever, Scooter, so whatever.
yeah, Aiden's great.
Aiden's great. Okay, fantastic. I'm here joined with Aiden, and we're here. We appreciate everyone tuning into this week's episode of Watch Your Way. We love movies, and having this platform to talk about movies is truly a blessing. We want to share that love with all of you, and it's all made possible by you, the viewers. We appreciate all the love and support, and if we ask, if you haven't already, please subscribe, leave a like, go ahead and comment on what your thoughts on the two movies are. Oh, that's interesting.
A little hard. It's okay.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Comment what your thoughts on the Project Hail Mary and Mario Galaxy movie are. If you want to stay more up to date, follow us on our socials, including Instagram, X, and TikTok. All the links are in the description, as well as our other podcasts, Play Your Way and Play Our Way, covering video games. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this week's episode. And we're going to kind of go and start, because this is the first episode. This is different. We're kind of going to explain what this is. What is Watch Your Way? Why are we here? Why do we have a new face joining the panel? You know, we're kind of going to talk all about that, and kind of just set it up. We can go into a little bit further discussion here in a minute. Basically, been taking content and podcasts a little more seriously this year, and one of my big things that kind of sparked between Aiden and I is that we both wanted to do a podcast talking about movies, because we both really enjoy movies. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, not much complexity. There it is, complexity there.
Yeah.
And so we thought, what would be a good way to do that? And so we thought, well, let's just kind of stay on brand with what I've been doing with video games, and let's just implement that into movies. And I thought last year I had 2 movie reviews on my channel because I wanted to start implementing more film into the content, and so I did a Superman and Fantastic Four review on my channel last year, but then like after a little while I kind of gave up because it was just a lot of work. But so I thought, let's bring it back. Let's do an actual podcast focused around movies. And then kind of me and Aiden just got to brainstorming. We literally both saw both of these movies within the last 7 days. And so we're now here and we're going to talk about them. We've also discussed possibly doing more content like shorts, possibly just separate videos as a whole, whatever. But this is the main thing we wanted to do, was a podcast. Just talk about movies, having fun. That's really it. Yeah. You have anything to add? Any sort of?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of nailed everything on the head. But yeah, we live right by the movie theater. At least I do. It's a little bit of a drive for you. And especially this year, there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Mm-hmm. And so I've always loved talking about movies just with like my friends and everything. And so now being able to do it to hopefully the masses, and get to do it a little more officially, I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be kind of challenging too. So
yeah,
help me learn more how to do podcast stuff.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. I was actually just about to ask. So like, go ahead, tell us maybe a little bit about yourself if you want to, whatever you want to share, and then let them know, because I know. Let them know where else they can find you on a podcast, because I know where I can find you. But
yeah, for sure. So like I said, my name is Aiden Browniker, and I movie wise, I am a big sucker for your typical action stuff. Love Star Wars, love Marvel, love DC. Like Superman last year was one of my favorite movies I've seen in a long time. So
Amen.
I love what they're building over there. I've also, I like to think my range is pretty diverse. I kind of watch any movie that I can find, especially while doing homework. So I kind of have broadened my scope. Um, uh, I love the sad movies, the rom-coms, the all sorts of things. So yeah, and another thing that's just really a big part of my life is my Christian faith. So um, I'd love to just try to make the Lord's name known more and more. But other than that, I'm a pretty normal guy, and I'm a little bit of a nerd. Not even a little bit, kind of a lot of it of a nerd.
A lot of it.
And I love that about me. So, um, aren't we all like at heart a little bit? We're all a little bit of a nerd. So
Yeah, we're all still a child at heart a little bit. Um, if you play the right song, if you play the right movie, you know it just comes back to you a little bit.
yeah, for real, especially with the Galaxy movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
there's a
wait.
lot.
Yeah, I cannot wait to get into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's
Um,
funny. So what actually, what like really made me want to do it with Aiden, right, is number one, if you haven't realized already, I personally think he has a fantastic podcasting voice. Like, I really do. Like, I just remember listening to his other podcast that he has, which I don't. Did you already say that or not? Did you already say
I
that?
not say it. So yeah, I have a podcast with my roommates that I live with. It's called the Common Grounds Podcast. It is kind of a lifestyle podcast a little bit. We get into some like deep Christian topics, but we also throw in some occasional fun episodes. We did top five movies and TV shows with our youth pastor on campus, and so that got pretty fun. So I guess I have a little bit of familiarity with the movie podcasts, and we've done movie reviews on like somewhat Christian movies, or but yeah, so I'm part of the Common Grounds podcast. We haven't recorded in a while, but we had all been busy. I think the plan is to start recording those again sometime here soon, probably this upcoming week. So I guess I'm a full-time podcaster now.
There you go. This is how it works, bro. This is how it works. No, and then so the second thing, the reason I specifically wanted Aiden for the movie podcast, right, is during his top 5 ranking. I'm not gonna spoil his ranking fully.
I'm sure we'll get to it eventually.
Yeah. But I do know he talked about La La Land on one of them, and I've seen La La Land like years and years ago, like when it came out, but like I was so young and I didn't really like care about movies in a sense. Like I didn't care about my emotions. That kind of sounds weird, but like I didn't care about my emotions. So like I remember watching a movie and be like, this is so boring. And then the ending, I'm like, we went through all of that for that. Like, are we serious? So I remember not liking the movie, but listening to Aiden talk about La La Land and like why he loves the movie and why it is a good movie, like it low-key clicked. I'm like, oh, this bro knows ball. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. I might need to rewatch La La Land. So now I've been craving to watch La La Land. Every time Frank comes over for movie night, I always throw in there. I'm like, hey, we can watch La La Land, but he never wants to. He's like, you only watch that on dates. I'm like, oh, here we go. So
No, that's not a good
yeah,
date movie.
I know. That's why I told him. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's a good example of like what successful love looks like. But you know what? But listen, so I'm really excited that Aiden's here, and I'm just excited to be doing this podcast and talk about movies. That being said, let's get into it. Let's just start talking about some movies, man. And the big 2 movies recently. Number 1, Project Hail Mary. Number 2, Super Mario Galaxy movie. Me and Aiden have made the decision beforehand. We're going to start talking about Project Hail Mary first, because that is what we watched first. It also came out first, so.
Yeah.
And we know y'all are here for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Let's be honest here.
Come on.
Okay, so you're gonna have to wait. That's pretty much.
Yeah. Don't skip ahead. Don't skip ahead.
Yes, do not. Absolutely not. So, you know what, Aiden? I'm gonna open up the floor to you. What are
Yeah.
your top level thoughts? Like, how are we feeling about Project Hail Mary?
Well, first off, it's doing incredible at the box office. I'm pretty sure I saw it its opening weekend. Um, it had one of the highest grossing, I think actually the highest grossing for a non-franchise movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's already, I think, like the second or third highest grossing movie of the year so far. I know we're early on, and Mario's gonna beat it in a little bit, but um, yeah, it's incredible. I came into it hearing people say like, "Oh, it's like the modern day Interstellar." Now, I can't really speak on that because I actually haven't seen Interstellar.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's on the list. But I mean, I'm a huge space guy. I took an astronomy class actually this past semester, and so um, yeah, I think space is super fascinating, and so um, Uh, yeah, the movie I thought was incredible. I thought the score was incredible. I thought the shots, the cinematography in it is really good. There's one specific scene where he's out in space, and it's just, I mean,
Mm.
it was it was incredible. Gosling, I think, gives an Oscar nomination worthy uh, um, role. He's incredible. And Gosling's not even my favorite actor. I've always I thought he was a good actor, but I thought this movie really kind of highlighted his dynamic, his range of acting, and so yeah, he's really good in it. Um, and I think it just kind of goes to show with movies that sometimes simple is better. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's like four like actual characters in this entire movie,
Yeah.
and it works perfectly. I mean, it's just let's hone in on this cast that we have and this group of people that we have, and let's just make it all about them, which is actually is and spoiler alert is kind of maybe a little bit of a critique that I have with the Mario Galaxy movie, but yeah, I thought Project Hail Mary was really good. I actually want to read the book now.
Mm.
I have one of my friends has read the book, and he said that it's a very honest and fair adaptation, which is always nice to see when you take something that's already in source material and then remake it.
Mm.
Um, it's what usually we see a problem with live action remakes, especially with the Disney remakes. They try to change it too much, and it becomes not as good. So it's nice to see a fair, honest representation of something that we already have.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I really did. And it's funny because like watching trailers, I wasn't really like interested or whatnot. Like I don't know, it just wasn't like it wasn't something I what's the word? Gravitized? That's not the
Gravitate.
word. Gravitated. There it is. Thank you.
Yep.
Gravitated towards. But once I heard like reviews, like it has like a 90 something percent on Rotten Tomatoes. I think
Yeah.
like a 95 or something. It's like really high. And then I heard like how well it's doing in the box office. I'm like, man, maybe. And then I heard like you said, Ryan Gosling has like a Oscar worthy performance in this. I'm like, man, maybe I need to see this movie because I was hearing the Interstellar comparisons, and I have watched Interstellar way back when it released, probably what like 2015, maybe something like that. Um,
Yeah. 2014, I think.
yeah,
2014, 2015.
yeah, and I watched it way back then. I remember being bored out of my mind. I'm not gonna lie with you. I know that might be a hot take, but again, I was really young back then, and so I didn't really care about movie. I didn't care about the art of it. And so maybe if I went back and watched, I'd feel differently. But um, so anyway, I went in this movie with very open mind, like neutral expectations. And what I ended up coming out with is I really enjoyed it. I think they did a fantastic job with, like you said, the very little amount of characters that are actually in this movie. One of them's not even like
a human.
A human, yeah, like it's not even like a relatable character, kind of
And he
in a
maybe
way.
has the most personality out of all of the characters.
Absolutely, absolutely. They did so good with it. And I think truly that little buddy dynamic that you have between your main two characters, I think is in my opinion what carries the movie, because you reach a certain point where that is the plot. Is their relationship is the plot, because they're figuring out how to solve this thing. When they try to solve this thing, um certain things happen, which brings up these like stakes, and brings up like the whole final quarter of the movie. I think is, like questioning what's going to happen between these two characters, rather than the overarching conflict within the world, right? And so I think they just did a really, really great job developing that. And one thing I love that this movie does with Ryan Gosling's character is it kind of reminded me of a video game in a sense, where there's a lot of video games where you'll be playing through the game, and in between chapters you'll go in the past and like see like this character's origin, or how he got to where like you are now playing in the game. And I really like that they do that a lot in this movie, where it's like you wake up on the ship, and it's through those like interlude segments where you like go back to the past to figure out how he ended up on the ship. So you don't fully know how he even ended up in this situation until the end of the movie. And I think like I really like that. It just adds a little bit of like constant progression, and constant like, oh, okay, oh, I see, that makes sense, and then you finally reach the climax, and it all just culminates into something like that's just heavy hitting. I watched a movie last night with Frank called The Long Walk, which came out like I think like maybe fourth quarter of last year, maybe. But it's one of those movies. It's very suspenseful, and it's like a thriller kind of. And Hail Mary has this provokes this emotion that I honestly hate, because of how well it's done. Like the objective for that emotion is to hate it, and so it successfully does it. It's where like it's so suspenseful, you're like waiting to see what happens, and like something bad happens, and you're like, no, like, oh man, like it just sucks on the inside. And so Hail Mary has moments like these where like you want them to succeed, and you're like rooting for them, and then something happens, and you just like feel pain on the inside, like, no, why does this have to happen? That being said, not to completely spoil the movie, but
I was gonna say, so we're doing spoilers a little bit, right?
yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's decide right now. How are we feeling about spoiler?
That's true. I kind of like if you do, if we get into like the short form or like smaller form content, having both like having both like a full spoiler thoughts, we can dive deep into it, and
Hmm.
then one that's a spoiler free, just for the people um, who might come across it and be like, oh, like let me hear what this person's thought. If they liked it, maybe I'll go see it then,
Okay.
without ruining the movie for them.
Okay.
But for the podcast,
How about we'll have a point where we'll be like, okay, now we are going to enter into spoiler talk. So
okay,
if you do not
yeah,
want spoiled,
that's probably fair.
skip ahead to whatever the timestamp for Mario movie is, whatever.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we'll end with the spoiler thoughts.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just want to piggyback first off when you said
Yeah. Go for it.
with the flashbacks thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the best way to do exposition.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know, and I guess not spoiler, somewhat spoiler, with him waking up, the movie starting on the ship in the middle of like, it's it makes it to where you're right in the action off the
Yes.
jump. The stakes are high from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then it's also like, well, like why is he out there? Like what's going on? I totally missed all that. And then you get the little bits, pieces and pieces and pieces and pieces. Um, and it's I think that's my favorite way to do exposition. because I think if we did all the flashbacks as it's like the first 25, 30 minutes of the movie, it would take away from how good the movie is for sure
Yeah.
because the flashbacks aren't anything super special. They're fun. They can be funny at times. They can most of it is not the most exciting stuff. And so with it and then the flashbacks would then like correlate with what was happening in real time.
Yeah.
Um, if they'd be doing science on something if he'd be doing science in the ship, it would take you back to um, the flashback scene where they're doing that exact same science or something similar to it. And so it's almost like he's remembering what all is happening, which I know is supposed to be what is happening, and they portray it well. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, I think that was one of the best decisions they could have made for this movie. And it makes the overall enjoyment experience so much higher, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. I actually just now thought about this, but I can't say it until we get to spoilers. Um,
Ooh.
which that being said, I'll go ahead and speak on Ryan Gosling's performance real quick, and then we can do like a little spoiler cutoff. Um, I think he did fantastic. I think one of the biggest things that I'm super impressed with is his actual comedy in this movie. I was not expecting this movie to be as funny as it was. I was expecting it to be very serious and very like tone heavy, and like I mean, bro's cracking jokes every every minute, and like I mean it. He does it well though. Like he does like so much body language is put into his jokes. There's some parts he's not even saying words and he's funny. Like when he's out in space, he'll
Just
like
floating.
grab something and he'll like do some like silly motion or something like that. And it's just like wow, he really you can tell he really committed to this role, and I think he
Mhm.
just I think he knocked it out the park. I really do. Especially in those flashback scenes, I think like he portrays like a nerdy character very very well, who like at the same time understands the weight of the situation they're in, but almost doesn't want to accept it in a sense.
Yeah, still very scared, very
Yeah,
human. Yeah,
yeah,
like, oh, I got this. Let me go to space.
yeah, exactly. So I think Ryan Gosling was absolutely fantastic in this movie. So I just thought about this literally just now. Do we want to put a review score on movies? Because I know for
Mm,
video games, that's what we do. We do like a zero
I like that.
through 10.
Do
Um,
10
so
with decimals, right? Come on.
we don't do decimals, but
Oh,
we
no
can.
decimals.
We can though. We can. It's up to you.
I'm a big decimal guy,
All
but
right.
we can stick with the traditional format. It's
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We can stick with the
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah. We'll
10.
just go 0 through 10. No point fives. Very just simple.
Mm-hmm.
And the numbers can be however you perceive it. That's a big conversation we have all the time with video games. We're not paid to review this. We are just viewers.
Hopefully one day.
Hopefully, maybe one day. We are just viewers who love movies, who went to the movies. The number reflects our experience with the movie. If we say a movie's 10, we're not saying it's better than this
It's the greatest
movie,
movie of all time.
therefore you
Yeah.
should think this movie is better than that movie. We are saying we enjoyed this movie this amount, right? So, like there are some.
Okay, so it's an enjoyment rating, not like an actual rating.
That's what I.
Okay,
That's what I
that's fine.
typically do.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can do it however you want, and that's also something we talk about. Like our review score is however you perceive a review score. So however you want to review
Okay.
it, do that. There are some bad movies that I absolutely love, and there are some
Yeah.
great movies that I don't. And so it's like
Interstellar is one of
if you
them.
want to know if you click on this podcast, you're probably coming to hear our opinions. And so if you want to hear my opinion, I'm gonna give you my opinion, whether I love the movie or not, think it's good, think it's bad. So that's how I'm doing my numbers. But you can do it however you want. So what would you give Project Hail Mary before we get into spoilers?
I would give Project Hail Mary. Um,
Ooh.
I got to remember it's how much I enjoyed the movie. I would give it Hmm. I think I'd give it a 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Um, I think if you go movie wise, I think it's more like a 9 out of 10. Um,
Okay.
the middle of the movie for me was a little slow. Probably didn't help that I was tired that day either, so I was a little bit I was getting a little uh woozy
Little doozy.
in the theater. Yeah. Um, but overall, I thought it was really, really enjoyable and like you said, really funny, really emotional at times, and um, it's right that really fine line between an 8 and a 9.
Mm.
But I think enjoyment wise, I put it like an 8.4, so I'd round down to like an 8. But I think movie content wise, if you're looking for it just on a movie factor, it's more like a more around that 9 range for me.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. I think for me, ooh, man, it's tough. So here's the thing. I think everyone will learn. Our audience will learn over time. The more you watch me and talk about movies, I feel like I don't know you too much when it comes to movies yet. I'm gonna assume I'm probably easier to please when it comes to movies because I'm just a very easy to please person when it comes to movies. It takes a lot for me to really hate your movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, I think I am gonna go with the 9 on this movie. I really did enjoy it. I think when I look at the movie, like this is one I want to go back and watch again in theaters. And whenever we sign up for this A-list thing, I will be doing this. Which by the way, shout out AMC. We're not sponsored. Our DMs are open, but we will be signing up for this A-list thing. And which, if you don't know what that is, we basically get to see 4 movies every week. I mean, I'm basically like promoting y'all's service right now, but we're not
Yeah.
sponsored.
I mean, it's a good deal.
It is. It's a great deal. So we're gonna do that, and so pretty much, I'm definitely gonna go see the Mario movie again, maybe even more than once. And then definitely gonna go see Project Hail Mary again. And this is also a movie. When I think about it, I want my parents to go see this because I think they would like it. You know, I want other friends to go see this because I think they like it. So when I look at that, I'm like, man, this was really an amazing movie. And so I'm gonna go with the 9 on there. I think. It's funny because no matter what, like this is just who I am, DNA. I'm like, it's hard to not compare things to gaming because I've been doing that for so long. But like, what I look for in gaming is not just how much fun you had, because like 95% of games you can have fun playing. The question is like, what lasting impact does it leave on you? And like, I just remember sitting there when credits roll and I think I even leaned over and said this to you. I'm like, bro, I feel like a changed man right now. Like, dude, I was like, dude, I'm like thinking of so many things right now. Like just the emotions that it provoked, the like themes that it provoked, I just thought were really well done. So for me, I'm going to give Project Hail Mary a 9 out of 10. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly interject. So yeah, me and John are both going to do this A-list. So if you guys have any suggestions on movies that's in a
Yes.
theater, like it won't be, even if it's like maybe like kind of a long shot movie that just came out and you're like, nobody likes this movie, but I think it's really good. You know, we have 4 movies a week to watch.
Yeah.
So let us know what you want us to react to and review, and we'll give it an honest review. We'll use one of our 4 a week and go see it. And um, yeah, so that's what's really nice about the whole A-list thing. We can watch any movie we want, or the movie however many times we want to watch it. Um, but yeah, I definitely agree that this is one that I do want my parents to watch.
Yeah.
Because like I said, an 8 out of 10, close to being a 9 out of 10. Like
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I think the movie itself is just at its base layer spectacular. Um, and um, so yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
I
I
agree with a lot of
think
what you said.
I think if we were to do like 0.5s in a sense for our review, I think I would end up at like an 8.5. I think.
Mm.
Um,
So point one lower than me, but it's a whole rank difference. That's kind of funny.
yeah. But I think like just keeping with the simplicity of the player way stuff, without the 0.5s, I would just go with a 9.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get into spoilers because I have a few things I want to talk
Spoiler
about
time?
real quick. So the first thing that I just thought of, So just warning right now, everybody. Spoilers ahead
Yep.
for Project Hail Mary.
I'm sure we'll have like a little timestamp to
Yes,
click to.
yes. I will.
Yep.
I will
So,
hopefully remember to put timestamps. And make sure you just go ahead. The next thing should just be the Mario Galaxy movie. So go ahead and skip towards that. So yeah, spoilers now. 3, 2, 1. All right. So I just had this kind of revelation just now in my head. I was thinking about it, and it makes me love it even so much more. If you piece together all of the backstory segments, from him being the teacher in the classroom to him kind of being okay with where he is in life, wanting to just teach people. Like, I mean, even how the movie ends, he's teaching. Like he wants to be a teacher. That's like his passion, right? If you take all that backstory and then you take the entirety of the present time, whatever, it's kind of a reverse in terms of like his happiness in a sense, whereas he starts off happy where he wants to be, and by the end of it he's basically being forced to go onto this ship, like to the point where like literally like a crime is being committed on him, pretty much. Like,
yeah.
like,
Not basically. That's exactly what happened.
yeah, right. And so yeah, that's a good point. But no, it starts like he's happy where he is to him like hating what's about to happen with his life, So that's like that's that, I guess, transition from the backstory. But then if you take the present time, he wakes up, he hates where he's at. He's like, oh my gosh, how do I get home? Like this sucks. Like, do I just end it here right now? And then at the end of the movie, he loves where he's at. He actually chooses to like stay where he's at rather than go home. And so I think that's kind of an interesting, like, kind of like a flip flop of like like turning your life where you liked where you were into a crazy decline just to end up going inclining and even liking where you're at even more. And I think that just goes to show you like how much like the other character, the Rocky, like affected him, and just how much his journey like affected him. And so I really like that. It is a really weird parallel, if you think about that.
Yeah.
And again, that kind of just goes back to like what you talked about with like the flashbacks, and how doing that is so much better than just 20 minutes of exposition. Like, because you are just constantly learning new things and seeing how the story plays out. But yeah, that was the one that I had. I don't know. I had like a little revelation on that.
Yeah, because I mean, like you said, it's the relation aspect of this movie is probably the best part of this movie. And Rocky and Grace, yeah.
Oh
Yep,
yeah,
Rocky
Grace.
and
Yeah,
Grace, right?
yeah.
Yep, Grace. Um, yeah, their dynamic makes this movie so much. That makes the movie not even just better. It just makes
Yeah,
the movie.
absolutely.
And yeah, because at the start of the movie, well, I guess the flashbacks, he is kind of a loner. Like, yes, he's teaching, but he doesn't really have anything really going for him. There's really not much of a purpose, which is why he agrees to help them, because he's like, what do you really have to? You don't have really any meaning. Like, don't tell me like the kids that you're teaching are really that important to help you save the world. But he realizes that like there's actually nobody directly tied into my life. Um, and so then he meets Rocky, and he finally has somebody that actually ties into his life and cares about him for who he is. Because Rocky ends up sacrificing himself for Grace.
Just so everyone knows,
And
that is
it's
the moment where I was like, in my head, I'm like, no. Like, as soon as he
yeah,
breaks out of the ball, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, bro.
yeah.
Like,
And it just, the whole movie, he's being used for his intelligence. He's been used for this. He's
Mm,
being um, kind of just he's not even a person. He's just like a tool at
mm,
this in his life so far, a tool to help others learn, a tool to help the son stop dying. And now he has somebody that Rocky could have just um, abandoned him
mm.
and you know gone back to his planet where I mean, yes, that he needed Grace's science to help solve their problem, but he could have just lived out his life um, with his lover. Um,
Hmm.
what was her name? It was Adrian. Yeah,
Oh
Adrian.
yeah, Adrian.
Um,
I love it, dude. Oh my
and
gosh.
he could have just said he could have just discarded him like everyone else in Grace's life had done.
Hmm.
Um, but he decides to make the unselfish play, and then Grace then returns the favor by reconstructing his ball and trying to rehabilitate Rocky, which thankfully he ends up happening. Um, and then they said their goodbyes, and you're like, oh, like that's super sad, but like at least everything's gonna work out. Rocky's going back to Adrian, and then Grace gets to go back to Earth. Um, and then you have the whole crisis in the rocket ship,
Mm.
um, and uh, Grace figures it out and then realizes that well Rocky will die if I don't go back and save him.
Yeah.
And so now Grace repays the favor and goes back, saves Rocky, and uh, and sacrifices him being able to get home to ensure that Rocky will be safe because Rocky saved his life. So um, it's yeah a really beautiful story about two characters who not being the same species, not really trusting much of each other, and then this beautiful relationship that forms, and yeah, it's their aspect is so refreshing to see in a movie. I think.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, this movie was emotional. This movie was suspenseful. This movie was intense. This movie was funny. This movie was really cool at times. This movie was, um, like intellectually like kind of crazy. Like I think that is one critique because we've kind of just been praising it the whole time, which
Yeah.
I mean that goes to show you how great the movie is. I think one critique I do have is. Which this might just be a me thing, to be honest. I did find the whole like science part of it kind of confusing at times. Like they didn't really do a great job explaining like what this like resource is or does or why this material is poisoning like things or whatnot.
Hmm.
Like they do talk about it, but it's so quickly and it's so like even while they're explaining it, they're using big science words, and it's just like, okay, wait, so I think I understand what this does, but
Yeah.
like what like why? And so I would say like that would probably be like one of my biggest critiques because like the whole moment when Grace realizes that Rocky won't live because it's gonna like poison his ship or something. I'm like, wait, why? Like, wait, what's poisoning his ship? Hold on, like
Hmm.
I'm kind of confused here, but I get what's happening, but like why? And so I would say like that's like one critique I have. And then even though I do love the humor, I think there were a couple moments that maybe didn't need it because it was like a super intense moment, and then like they just like drop like a silly joke or something. I'm like, there's no way you're dropping a silly joke in a time like this. Like there's no way. Um,
Yeah. Although I feel like that is somewhat of a realistic thing. Like people like to break tension
that's
with
true. Yeah,
humor sometimes.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Um, yeah, I definitely agree with some of the science stuff you say. Like, it is, I mean, it is sci-fi, so like some of the
Sure.
science
Yeah.
terms, uh, like aren't real. Like, I don't think the aliens that are destroying the sun, um, really exist. So obviously there's a little bit of fiction to it. So if you spend too much time harping on that, like it's kind of useless information, but also
Mm,
I mean, it is relevant to the plot. Um, but I will say from like the science aspect, um, seeing like the trial and error, trial and error, trial and error that
Yes.
that Grace and Rocky goes through is like it's so good to see because there's so many times in movies where you just, oh, got it right first time. We have no
Yeah.
idea how to do it, but we just figured it out first time. And it's like, that's not really realistic. Instead, their stakes stay high because they keep trying, they keep failing. And you're like, well, are they actually gonna even figure this out?
Yeah.
And they do, and then they go to the planet to collect the molecules that stop the aliens. And then Grace almost falls off the ship. The device that just that they spent so much time working on and building is now hanging off the side, and it's like, well, do you save Grace and the ship, but then have to redo all you just did, or do you you know risk your life to go to go get the device which has all the molecules in it? Um, and while it's happening, I mean, he's got like tenths. Rocky is like counting down until
Yes. Oh my.
like the ship's gonna explode, and you're like you're on the edge of your seat. Like, what are we
Yeah.
about to do here?
Yeah.
Like, is this whole thing just about to just blow up, and it's just gonna be like the worst ending possible? Um, and it doesn't really. I mean, it ends in a good way, but instead of it being like, oh, there's the plot armor to where like he's back in the ship. When he's back in the ship, and the centrifugal force is now out of whack, which is then whenever Rocky then escapes. So it's like even though he escapes the immediate danger, the stakes don't just go right away. The stakes stay high, and it
Hmm.
requires and what we think at the time is a tough sacrifice with Rocky. And
Yeah.
so it's just like I love movies that showcase realness,
Mm.
and
Mm.
um, it felt very real, even though it's a sci-fi movie, and the things they talk about are fictional. Um, the aspects of it make it seem like if like this could happen. If this did happen in real life, this is probably how it would go.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
so.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's great. I think, yeah, kind of going, but like bounce off what you said. That whole sequence where they are collecting that particle, that like gas, whatever it was, and then like yeah, he had to decide to go get it because it like was caught on the ship and he was falling off the ship, or if he just went back to the pilot seat. Rocky's counting down all these things. Um, I loved even during that moment where it's like this either works or the universe dies. Like we either succeed or there is no going, like there is no redo, there is no second do-over. Like this is it. Like our ship's going to blow up or we're going to die. I'm going to fall off the ship. All this without hesitation. Rocky is yelling at him to just get back in the ship
Mm,
because that's how much Rocky cares about Grace in that moment. Everything in that moment on the line, even his own safety on the line, and he's just like, "Please, Grace, get back in the ship. Like, please."
hmm
I just love that. I just think like just that whole moment was amazing. I think
hmm
that was easily one of the top segments, and you kind of touched on it earlier, but man, the visuals of this movie are breathtaking, especially towards that latter half. I mean, they do some things with visuals that I was not expecting, and I think they absolutely delivered. For those of you who don't know, this movie is actually directed by the directors of the Spider-Verse movies, and it is written.
And The Martian, right?
No, it is written by the writers
Oh,
of The
of The
Martian.
Martian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so kind of a little all-star crew you got there making
Yeah.
this movie. All fantastic movies in my opinion. And so yeah, just absolutely overall really really good movie. Highly recommend everyone go watch that. You have any closing thoughts for Project Hail Mary before we go to the Wahoo?
To the Wahoo. I love that. Yeah, closing thoughts with it would be, um, I think it's fair to say that independent films are at an all-time high right now.
Yeah.
We're seeing more and more independent films do well in the box office and do well on the awards. And it's good to see. Like obviously we love franchises, we can get more emotionally attached to them, but it feels good to just know that there are just one-off movies, so you can get the entire story in one movie,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a good movie, and it's going to be high quality, um, and like there's a few just independent movies come out this year that are going to be. I mean, we have this one, we have Michael coming out
Oh
this
yeah.
month.
Oh yeah.
We got The Odyssey coming out in this
Mm.
summer. Um, like independent movies feel back more than ever
Yeah.
uh, these past like 2 3 years, and I'm a sucker for a good independent film. Uh, so
Yeah.
yeah, good job, Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I will be reading your book at some point.
Hey, there you go. No, I agree with you with the indie thing. I mean, that's also how video games are right now. Indie games are at an all-time high as well. Literally, indie game just for the first time ever won game of the year last year. And so yeah, I just think independence just shooting up entirely. In every form of media. Um,
Mm.
but anyway, enough of Project Hail Mary. Spent a little more time than I thought we might on that one, but hey, this is a great movie, man.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead. Let's go to the one everybody came here for. Y'all saw the thumbnail. Y'all saw the big green dinosaur. Y'all saw the Italian plumber with a hat on there. You clicked on the
Yup.
video. Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden, what are your thought? What are your thoughts?
Thoughts.
Just give it to me straight.
Let me let me clarify. I am a huge Nintendo fan, especially Mario. Grew up with like a lot of the games. Um, I really feel like one of the first like video games that I actually played was probably um, Mario, New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. Um,
Woo, that's a good
that's
one.
one of the first games that I remember myself playing. Um, grew up playing, Mario Sluggers.
Oh yeah.
Super Paper Mario is my favorite game of all time.
Ooh, that's
Um,
a tough.
eh, and so a huge sucker for Mario. And Galaxy 2 would probably be like my second favorite game of all time. So I'm a huge fan of the Galaxy first two games. If we ever got a third, I would probably lose my mind. I don't know what they would do with
Yeah,
it,
you are just like
but
my other
figure
friend.
out a way. Figure out a way, please. I need a third one. Um, so yeah, I went into it really, really high expectations. I liked the first movie. I thought it was, it was fun just to see Mario in that uh, kind of format with that animation style, and it was fun. And then whenever Galaxy got announced, like I was losing my mind. I was texting my brothers, and I was like this is we Galaxy. It's what we've been waiting for.
This
Um,
is it. We won.
so I went in with high, high, high expectations, because I thought the first movie kind of lacked in plot a little bit. I figured with Galaxy, you can make this a really good plot, um, and I can definitely say I was underwhelmed with the plot. Um,
Hmm.
I thought the plot and the pacing were not very good. Um, and so that was a little bit of a letdown. Obviously, I understand it's a kids movie, but at the same time, the first Galaxy game was what, 2009 came out. You have a lot of people who love these games, who are now adults now. And so I understand that while your marketing is for younger kids, you're gonna get a big audience of, you know, 20 to like 35,
Yeah.
like a range of those people who grew up with those games that are really excited for it. And they will not be necessarily upset with the movie because the fan service in the movie is great.
Oh yeah.
It makes it so enjoyable. Um, but like the movie aspect definitely had so much more potential that was maybe squandered from the fact that they kind of fit a few games in this instead of just focusing on Galaxy. I'm sure it'd be tough to do an all like Galaxy movie, but they could definitely have done a little bit better with this. They put a lot of Odyssey stuff in it, and that could have been its own
Mm.
uh, movie with how much is there. Um, so plot wise, I was uh, a little bit disappointed in. I still had a great time though. I'll definitely watch it again. Um, because the movie looks
Whew,
incredible. That's
man.
one thing you're gonna get with Illumination is that the animation will be fantastic. The colors pop on your screen. The animation's so smooth while they're flying through space, and they're it feels real. The soundtrack. While there was probably maybe I just missed it because I was so just involved with just what was going on the screen because there's a lot going on the screen, which is sort of a critique that I have with it. Um, I didn't recognize as many Galaxy songs. The score was still great. There was a lot of songs from the other games that was fun to be like, oh, like there's a song from Super Mario World. There's a song from um, on the other games, and you're just and
Odyssey, New Donk City was in there at one
yep,
point.
New Donk City was in there. Like the Galaxy soundtrack is considered widely as one of the greatest uh, video game scores of all time.
Yeah.
The orchestra with it was on fire when they were recording those songs. So I was a little bit. I wish we got a little bit more, but the score is still incredible. Um, but yeah, those are my initial thoughts.
I
I'd
actually,
say.
I love what you just ended with there because what you just ended with is how I'm gonna start. You said you wish you got a little more. I think like that's like a really good encapsulating sentence for how I feel about the movie. I loved it. I had a great time, but I wish there was more. Like I wish we got more. I wish we got more of some of the characters like Rosalina, like Bowser Jr., like Star Fox, all these characters. Like I wish we got more. That being said, the stuff that is there is still great. And it's still like just it's really fun. We talked about this a very little bit on the Player Way podcast. So if you want to go check it out, go ahead. Axew's thoughts, Austin's thoughts, we're giving on there. Which you and him would get along very well because he is like a diehard Nintendo fan. He's literally known as our Nintendo guy. Mario
Let's
Galaxy
go.
1 is his favorite game of all time.
Go on.
Yeah. And so he was kind of talking about it, and basically I talked a little bit about it, but I knew we were obviously going to do this podcast, so I didn't go like super deep into it. But I basically said like this is a flawed movie, 100%. There's pacing issues, there is character arc issues, that there is just plot issues. That being said, just because it's flawed does not mean it cannot be fun, because it absolutely
Yeah,
is super duper fun.
it's very
And
fun.
I think this is like, and I even said this yesterday. I'm like, this is probably one of my favorite theater experiences since like No Way Home, because there was cheering going on. Which, granted, we had a group of like 11 crazy college guys, so of course we're all gonna be going crazy, but like the rest of the theater was also cheering. Like it was not just us. And then at the end of the movie, like the whole movie got a big round of applause from the entire theater. And it was just super fun, man. There's so many great surprises, there's so many awesome action sequences, there's great references, fan services shooting at you left and right. Like you said,
Yeah.
the score is brilliant. The visuals are just, oh my lord, mind blowing. Yeah, this movie is a blast. Dare I say, from start to finish. I just do wish there was more. I do wish we got some of those emotional beats that I would actually say the first one did have. Like there's no moment like in the first one where he's like all beat up, and then he like looks at the TV and he sees his commercial with Mario and Luigi
Hmm.
for like this like again, and he remembers like who he is in a sense, and he's like, let's go, and then he like goes out and whoops Bowser. Like there is no moment like that. It is just
Yeah.
straight action. Like it is just straight like, ooh, I got a power up, bam, that's how I win. Which, by the way, the power ups go crazy in this movie. There is
They were
so many power ups. Um,
way better than the first movie.
Oh yes, 100%. And so yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. We'll obviously get more into it. We can get it. This is one where we're gonna have to cut the non-spoiler talk really short because I mean
Yeah.
almost everything in this movie is spoilers, to a certain degree. I thought Yoshi did a Yoshi did a fantastic job. Donald Glover did a fantastic job as Yoshi. I just think Yoshi is such a delightful character in this movie.
What a dog.
You know what? You know a standout character. The Lumas in this movie were like surprisingly like really just fun to watch. Just because they're like so
Yeah.
cute and just some of the things that they like say and do is just so funny. Bowser Jr. is my goat. Absolutely. I love Bowser Jr. I mean, I have like 3 different amiibos of him. I have a plush up there. I have like a shirt. Like Bowser Jr. is my favorite Nintendo character ever, and so I'm so glad that he got some of the attention that I think he's always deserved. I am wearing a Bowser shirt, but and I like how, because obviously we all know Bowser himself is in this movie, and I was really worried that once Bowser like basically came back to being the antagonist, that Bowser Jr. would get like kind of put on the back burner, and that's not what happened at all. Like, I think Bowser Jr. stayed kind of the main antagonist throughout the whole thing, and like really was the last one to do anything. And so, yeah, I just thought this movie, I think they did a lot of the characters justice. I think they did a lot of the Mario lore justice. I think they did a lot of the fan service justice. I just think in terms of a movie, there definitely is a lot left to be desired from it. But from something as fun as this movie, like there's no reason I wouldn't recommend to go see it, especially if you're a Mario fan. If you know nothing about Mario and you just like if you like Kung Fu Panda and like Shrek and Toy Story and all those like amazing animated movies that are gonna make you cry, yeah, you probably won't like this movie like as much. But if you love just fun action animation, if you love Mario, if you love video games, go see it. It's a hour and a half bundle of joy, in my opinion. Like that's how I'd put it. Anything else you want to say before we go? Get good. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, I knew you were. I knew you were getting there.
Okay. I am going. I'm going with an 8 out of 10 on this one.
8 out of 10.
I'm going with an 8 out of 10 on this one. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta remember its enjoyment.
You can do it however you want. You do not have to do it based off enjoyment. You can do it just based off movie as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give a quick. I'm gonna go with a 6 out of 10.
Oh.
I know it's harsh. And don't get me wrong, I love this movie. I will see it again.
Mm-hmm.
But that was gonna pretty much happen regardless, because of how much I love Galaxy and Mario and all of that. But I guess I was a little bit let down. And I had this had the potential to be like just a great movie overall. Even though you said it was fun and everything, I know that it could have been so much better.
Sure. Yeah.
And so, even though my like fun enjoyment rating would probably be like a 9 out of 10, because I was talking to people left and right of me, of our friends, and there's that. And I had a smile on my face probably the entire time. Like I loved watching that movie, but I also know that it had so much more potential that was just completely left untapped. And so I think I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay.
So still like a overall positive movie.
Yeah.
But I think that there was so much more that was left untouched, that they just kind of squandered, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'll be interested to see where they go from here, because I really don't know.
Yeah, that was
what
something
this
we
next
talked
movie
about.
will look like.
One of my favorite memories from watching Mario Galaxy is like just like right smack dab in the middle of the movie. We're all just sitting there watching. We're on the we're in the place where you meet Star Fox. And next thing you know, I just hear Aiden like two seats to my right go like, oh my gosh, I hate those bunnies. they made me want to die as a kid. I'm like, oh my god, like I was like, wow, okay, I did not see that one coming.
Those little bunnies you have to catch the first planet when you open the game.
So
Come
off
on,
guard,
get out of my.
man. It caught me so off guard. But yeah, all right, we're gonna go into spoilers. So if you do not want to be spoiled, which I'm telling you right now, you do not want to be spoiled on this movie, please go watch it. We're gonna go to spoilers. So I guess the timestamp will be for basically the end of the podcast. If you want to see the end, go see the end. 3, 2, 1. All right. Listen, Mr. Game & Watch showing up at the end. Dude, that was peak. That was amazing.
That was cool. That was really cool.
Man, I genuinely felt like an excitement to like cheer in that moment when he showed up. I was not expecting it.
The audience kind of erupted when he
did, man. Like
he has that much aura, Mr. Game & Watch.
Dude, he did. And here's what I will say. Oh man, I want to know who decided it was a good idea to reveal Star Fox before the movie came out, because that reaction in that theater when he shows up would have been legendary if we didn't know he was already gonna show up. Like the way the movie even built up to it, it's like, oh, who's gonna be this pilot? Like how are we gonna do it? Like we need help. Who's gonna come to the rescue? The name's Fox McCloud. And it's just like, oh my gosh. But instead it's like, there he is.
It was you, right? You're the one who told me that Fox was in the movie.
I did, because I know. I'm sorry, man. Listen, they should never have announced it beforehand.
Yeah, that's really bad from them.
Yeah. And that being said, I think Fox is one of the best parts of this movie, hands down.
I think he's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, you might be right. You might absolutely be right. Glenn Powell is perfect.
Oh, he's incredible.
Perfect. And yeah, he's just so fun. They gave him like a little anime, little segment where he kind of explained like who he is and like what the rest of the Star Fox squad looks like, which I love, which makes sense because most of the people probably watching it probably don't actually know who Star Fox is outside of Smash Bros. Mainly because Star Fox has never been the biggest IP, nor have we had a game in a while. And so I really like that they did that. Also, the animation style was really good. And yeah, man, he was just such a fun character. We need a spinoff ASAP.
Yeah, it needs to be quicker. I think they can't wait 2 or 3 years to do it.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people will see this movie and be like, man, he was legitimately the best part of this movie.
Yeah.
And so even though it may not have that fan base that obviously Mario has, people are gonna leave that movie being like, man, Star Fox was really good in that movie. So they gotta do kind of well like that. That audience is kind of hot for it. And because when you get someone like Glenn Powell, and it's the same thing with Brie Larson going for these are high name actors and actresses. Obviously we can very safely assume Rosalina will be a major part going forward, especially with the reveal of her being Peach's sister.
Yeah. Major lore drop, by the way.
Yeah, which is really not accurate, but I'm here for it. Why not? And yeah, with Glenn as Fox, especially because Glenn and Brie are two Nintendo lovers.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw Glenn pitched the idea to Nintendo about let's put Fox in this movie and make me Fox. I want to be Fox, which is so awesome to see whenever actors are okay with being nerdy and are passionate about what they're portraying. So the fact that Fox wasn't in the movie and Glenn was like, no, we're gonna put Fox in the movie and I'm gonna play him, and it worked out perfectly and he was great as it. So yeah, they need to I think they need to get this ball moving with a Fox spinoff if that's their plans as soon as possible.
Yeah.
While the audience are because you don't want the audience to forget. About how much they liked Fox as a character. So
Yeah.
that's my thought on
I
that.
do think, like, to that point, I do think one of the big positives about this being a video game IP is you could release a Star Fox game, and I think that would really help. Also, I think that would do really well. Which, I know you're not into gaming like as much, or no, stay up to date as much, but like the big rumor right now is that we are getting a Star Fox game this summer, which is crazy. And so we're really hoping
I
that,
play it.
that's the case. Yeah, we're really hoping
I
that's the
think it'd be
case.
my first Star Fox game that I'd
Same
actually
here.
played.
Same here, man.
And
Um,
I would all be all for it.
yeah, absolutely. I think the rest of the cast did really well. I think, Chris Pratt continues just like, I don't know, like, I don't mind him as Mario. I personally don't. Could there have been better choices? Maybe, but I think he does his job just fine. Jack Black as Bowser is perfect. Um,
Yeah,
Charlie Day as Luigi is perfect.
I
Um,
agree.
uh, A- Anya Taylor Joy as Peach is good.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, just Keenan Michael Key as Toad is hilarious.
It's
Um,
funny.
yeah, I just think the whole cast does such a great job. I really like seeing like his name is Wart, right? Wart.
Ward,
Yeah,
yeah,
Wart.
Wart.
Yeah,
Is this
Wart.
Ward
I really
from
like seeing him. He was a fun little
Mario 2?
cameo.
Yeah,
Yeah, Birdo's cool. Didn't really get much of Birdo.
yeah,
Um, and then I like how Donkey Kong showed up for like a split second. Um,
yep.
I was really
I didn't think he was gonna be
surprised.
in the movie. I
Really? Okay.
was, yeah, because he wasn't on any of the press tours and everything. And I was
Mm.
like, I generally don't think that he's really gonna be in this movie. But I also do think that he's going to get his own movie at some point.
Yeah, for sure. 100% he is. No, I agree with you though. I think like we need that Star Fox movie like 2028 the latest. I think like
Yeah.
like it needs to be like a 2 year turnaround. At the latest. And yeah, man. Listen, who
Hold
was
on, real
your
quick. Mario and Luigi. Like I feel like they're kind of being underused in their own movie. I feel like this movie was entirely about Peach.
mm,
Um,
interesting.
uh, like it's the Super Mario Bros. And Mario's like always the front cover, but I feel like we're yet to see Mario be like. I mean, I guess in the first movie he kind of was, but honestly, I would still even say that it feels like they're kind of Peach movies,
Yeah.
like which is okay because I think this version of Peach is really cool. Um, but I heard someone saying like, imagine the plot was instead, um, it was more galaxy related, where Peach does get gets captured, and Rosalina teams up with Mario and Luigi to save her. Like that kind of makes maybe a little bit more sense in my opinion, especially with someone
Mm,
as strong as Rosalina. Like she probably shouldn't be getting captured. They made Rosalina both like super strong and super weak at the same time.
mm.
Like she's wiping out the robot, she's wiping out all this stuff, and then gets beat by the plant that was paint. And like constantly kind of getting knocked down. So like it's like a little bit of consistency. Also, I'm pretty sure like in the Mario Galaxy games, she has like a force field around her. If you try to like shoot her with a star bit or like attack her in any way, it's literally a force field around her. I'm 99% sure that's the case. And so like this is the quote unquote like queen of the cosmos and having her maybe not necessarily like fight directly side by side with Mario because she is kind of OP in every
Yeah.
game that she's in. Um, but I would have loved to see Mario get the Luma and utilize the spin attacks, which is a big part
Yeah.
of those games. Uh, but
This guy knows ball,
um,
guys.
hey, not with Mario a little bit, Mario a little bit. And yeah, it didn't feel like a Galaxy movie because um, you know, Rosalina's not much of a factor. The Lumas
Mm,
aren't much of a factor. Um, and it's just like I think it's Galaxy in the name, not really in the substance of it. It
mm.
definitely feels more like a Odyssey movie, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah, I could see that.
uh, but um, yeah, I want to see Mario and Luigi get more, and I'm sure we'll get Luigi more because I'm sure Luigi's Mansion is in the
Yeah,
cards.
hopefully, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I feel like I want to see a little bit more from just like from Mario because in my opinion, the fact that Fox is way, way, way more interesting than Mario. I mean, one thing says a lot about what uh Glenn Powell did. But also it's just like he came in and it immediately felt like he was the spotlight of the movie. Whereas I don't think I've ever felt that with the first two movies of Mario. Um, Maybe it's because always been the biggest Mario fan. I've always been more of a Luigi guy.
Sure. He did dress
But
up as Luigi when we went to go
I
see
did,
Mario Galaxy.
I did. But yeah, I feel like we can do a little more with Mario, and yeah, it's the problem with having all these characters is that you
Yeah.
got to kind of give even share to every single one of them. But at the end of the day, Mario and Luigi and even Peach a little bit. If we're not gonna make Peach the damsel in distress, which I'm fine with, um, like those two need to be the main focus, and they do a good job with Peach. And I think Luigi is like the perfect side character without being too just discarded. But I feel like we haven't seen Mario be like the hero yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I actually, I saw an interesting post today, and it was like, there's got to be a fine line between having Fox be like one of the main characters in the second Mario movie and having Amy finally show up 4 movies into
into
the
Sonic,
Sonic. Like there's got to be a middle ground there, you know. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's a really good point. Like we should have gotten Amy earlier, and we should like start. Even though how much I love it, we should not be seeing Fox have this big of a role. Like not
mhm.
even 2 movies into the Mario franchise, and so yeah, it's just really interesting. But man, going back to like some big, I guess, spoiler points. Dry Bowser showing up, so
That was sick.
cool, so cool. As soon as he fell in, I'm like, oh, here we go, here we go. Um, I man, I made a joke when the Mario movie 1 came out because in the trailers it was Peach just looked like just she just looked like her, bro. Like she had like a big sword, like a big like halberd, and she was like walking
Hmm.
up to like the big old ship. And I made a joke to my friend. I was like, bro, I think they're setting up a Princess Peach Souls like game. I don't know if you know what a Souls like game is,
Mm.
but in this movie, bro, she literally destroys like thousands of these like little like imp
The
looking
ninjas.
thing. Yeah, the ninjas. Um, and man, she like it's crazy how much of a boss they make her in these movies. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind it because like I like that Princess Peach gets a little more than just screaming for Mario help me all the time. Um,
We don't want Fen 2.0 in Mario form where he's just screaming, "Help! Ray!"
right. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But no, yeah, this is a super fun movie, man. Seeing them fly through space with like the little like you mentioned, like the little blue trail that's in the games. Um, Seeing all the different
God,
power
the launch
ups.
stars.
Yes, the launch
Yeah.
stars. Oh man. Even just how like the plot of the movie's kind of set up where like they're at Princess Peach's castle, and then like you see all these star bits falling, and the next thing you know the big
Hmm.
ship comes in and takes the castle away. Like even that's kind of very similar to how Galaxy 1 starts. um
Hmm.
I would say for me, my favorite parts of the movie, I would actually say Yoshi was my favorite part of the movie.
But she was great.
Yeah, I did love Yoshi, and then I would say Fox for sure. And then Bowser Jr. is, I would say like those are my top 3 standouts of the movie for me.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I love the visual. What were some of your favorite places we visited? Because we
Mm,
visited a lot. Like there was a lot,
you did.
which I didn't piece this together until like I saw a post afterwards. The whole segment
Mm.
where Yoshi and Toad are trying to save baby Mario and Luigi. I didn't realize this, but they were for sure symbolizing Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't piece that together until afterwards. I'm like, oh my gosh, the dinosaur bones, the baby
Hmm.
Mario, baby Luigi, Yoshi
Yeah.
going on all these little adventures. Yeah, I
But
was
then
like,
they use like
wow.
the Fossil Falls dinosaur from Odyssey.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. Oh, my favorite
bro knew the
place that
name
we
of the
visited.
place that T-Rex is in. He knows ball, bro. He said Fossil Falls. That is crazy.
Um, yeah, my favorite place that we visited. Um, Obviously Tostarena was cool. The Sand Kingdom
Oh yeah.
at the start of the movie where you get to see because you spend so much time there in Odyssey, um, and so like that was cool. Other than that, um, obviously starting the movie on the Comet Observatory
Oh
is
yeah.
sick. You gotta love the Comet Observatory.
You gotta love that
Um,
guy.
but I think maybe like the my favorite just like general place that isn't like I don't really know what you would call it. It's just like the what we call basically Coruscant. The whole like whenever
Oh
they enter the
sure.
wall and they are in like the
Underground city kind
like
of.
back alley, like under
Yeah,
yeah.
the black market
Um
area.
yeah, like that area is really cool, I thought. You're seeing all these different enemies that you fight so often in the games. And um I thought that was a really cool scene. And that was probably my favorite part. Just 'cause I didn't expect that like really at all. Because I saw
Yeah.
like Peach at the casino and the trailers with
Mm.
and Ward's there and she's fighting this. I'm like, well, where is this even at? Like, because there are a few galaxies in the game where like you have like the square box and you kind of get to walk all over it. And I was like, this doesn't really look like anything that we've seen so
Sure.
far.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was cool. Also, they also shouldn't have spoiled Rob either. That was
Oh
bad.
yeah, I forgot about Rob. Yeah.
Um, Rob was funny.
Yeah, he
He
was.
reminded me of
He had a fun little bit.
Flash from Zootopia with the whole
Yes,
like
yes, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And then shout out Pikmin. Uh,
Yep,
I wish Olimar was in that ship.
that'd have been cool.
Like it's literally just a bunch of Pikmin walking out of it. But shout out to that.
He
Like,
was their leader.
do I clocked it immediately because I leaned
You
over to
did.
Aiden because I saw like a ship coming down and like just off like the bottom half of the ship, I'm like, that's Olimar's ship, bro. And I leaned over, I'm like, that's Olimar's ship, and he was like,
Hmm.
oh, I'm like, yeah. And then Pikmin obviously came out of it, and then they like juked us out, and it was like really tiny, like
Yeah.
little ship. Two more things I want to talk about, and then we'll wrap it up here. I really like a lot of the different themes and plot points that they were going for. I wish they committed to some of them or
Yeah.
like really fleshed them out. Like I honestly I was really digging the whole Bowser, Luigi,
Bowser
Mario
Redemption.
buddy
Yep.
buddy thing we had going on. And then they like just threw that away like so quickly.
Yeah.
And then the same thing, like the whole father-son relationship between Bowser and Bowser Jr. I really liked what was going on there. Again, the whole like sister dynamic between Peach and Rosalina. Then you had Fox. You had Mario and Luigi taking control of the Mushroom Kingdom for a little while. Like there were so many different pieces and like different plot lines, themes that they could have been following. Even like Yoshi, like one of the biggest advertisement parts of this movie was Yoshi. The whole opening is kind of based around finding Yoshi, and as soon as they find him, it's like, okay, he's just here now.
Yep.
Like the only person who ever like even like says anything about it is Toad. He's like, oh,
Toad.
he's here now. That's literally how we feel. It's like, yep, he's just
Yeah.
here now.
Yeah. I was about to say that. That he's pointing out. It's almost like a somehow Palpatine return type of thing. Where it's like this weird dinosaur shows up and nobody cares and we're just cool with it now. Okay.
Yeah, literally. And
Which
so
honestly, I mean, it's Yoshi. Come on, just Okay, he's
Yeah,
here now. We,
yeah,
we love him.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, there is so many different themes and plot lines that I was really like, oh, this is an interesting direction, and then they just don't really do much with it. I would say
Yeah.
the one that they did the most with is honestly the father son dynamic with Bowser Jr., which I really love. I'm a big Bowser
Yep.
fan, and so I was a little happy with that. Um, anything to say on any of that?
Yeah. Hmm, yeah. That's tricky. One thing um that was kind of confusing to me was, why is Peach and Toad going on this rescue mission? Um,
Oh yeah, yeah,
uh,
that's a good yeah.
like, and just leaving Mario and them behind. Like, this is, I mean, you've been told that Rosalina has now been kidnapped by Bowser Jr. And you're just like, oh, like, yeah, we got this. I'll face this whole army by myself. And frankly, she probably could have because of what we've seen with her.
Yeah.
But um, I don't know. I feel like that wasn't very like Peach like. Like she would have said something. And maybe if she did go on her own, like she wouldn't have. I don't think she would have just left the note. Although it was cool that we got the note because we see that's what like in 64 opens with you getting a note from Peach. Although that one says I baked a cake for you instead of this one saying I'm going away. Hey mustache. That was funny. Um,
Oh, I
um,
forgot the biggest theme and plot line of this whole thing. Mario's Riz.
yeah,
Oh man.
which is thank you. Like stop making this whole like friends thing. Everybody knows that like Mario and Peach are supposed to be like somewhat of a thing, and we've been pushing like this whole like oh yeah they're just good friends and everything. It's just like no, no. Mario and Peach, Luigi and Daisy. It's how it is. It's how it should be. Don't make these. I don't, they're trying to force this whole kind of thing. You have to make them like crazy in love or like or whatever. But
Right.
they're more than
Yeah,
just
yeah, come on now.
little friends.
Come on now. Yeah. Yeah, I loved all that. Man, us and the boys' reaction to him going for the handshake instead of the hug,
Mm,
bro. The biggest fumble in history. And he, I mean, he's still in there. He's still in
he's got
by
it.
the end of the movie. Um, I really liked him gifting Peach the umbrella. That's
The
what
umbrella. That
made
was
me
really cool.
that's what made me think of that. Um, but yeah, all right. So the last thing I want to bring up, you kind of touched on it like a little earlier, but we didn't actually talk about it.
Where are
Where
they
do we
going?
go from here? Yeah, like because if I was the one making the movie, I would have for sure thought Super Mario World would have been the next one. Um, and
Yeah.
that's just not the case. We went straight to Galaxy. So it's like now you've introduced so many of these characters, and now we have the whole Cosmo to deal with. Like, what is next? You know?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Um,
I mean, my initial reaction, the antagonist for the next movie is
has to be
probably
Wario and Waluigi.
yeah Wario and Waluigi for sure.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
not, I would be like, if it really, you made the joke to me yesterday. If it is the Koopa Links, like that would be cool. That'd be funny, but I would have to question like, okay, how much of this are we rehashing or like doing over and over again? Let's get something different going on here. Like Wario and Luigi would be
Yeah.
a much very different dynamic. But I just don't know like what like do you just call it like Super Mario 2? Like I don't know, like or 3? Like what do it's a
Yeah.
weird one.
That's that's a good question. I would definitely say leaning more Wario and Waluigi. That seems like to make the most sense. The questions I have now going forward is, well, if Rosalina is going to be a part of the party now, how is that going to look? Because I feel like there's no way you get Brie Larson and have her do what she did in this film. Um,
Hmm.
um, and then But maybe they're gonna do a wholly completely different storyline
Yeah,
with
original.
it, which would be cool. Um, you know, what's gonna happen with Dry Bowser? Is he eventually gonna become Bowser again, like we've seen in
Mm.
games? Um,
We also have
I don't
Daisy
know.
now, so we have to take
Yep,
that in
Daisy's now on
consideration.
now on the list.
Super Mario Party, the movie.
I did watch an Easter egg video, and the Dark Prognosticus from Super Paper Mario is was in the library at the start of the movie. So I was
Oh
like,
wow.
if we ever got the Super Paper Mario story, because I think that is by far the best story in any Mario game. Um, I don't think we will, but like, oh, it's so good. It's like it carries the most weight, and I'm sure it was in there for just like a little Easter egg, which is cool to see. Like I said, it's my favorite game of all time.
Do
For
you
it to
have
be
X?
mentioned, what?
Do you have X? Like
Yeah,
Twitter? Okay. I'm gonna send you a link. Cause I saw
yeah.
this. I saw this Easter egg. Go ahead and click on the link because there's two pictures there. I saw this and I was like, no
Yep, Little
way.
Mac and yeah, I did see
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
that's crazy. Little Mac and Doc Lewis in there, man. That's wild.
Hmm.
Um, sorry, I just wanted to show you that. You can
Yeah,
continue.
yeah. I did see that. Yeah, I feel like the way they go from here is a unique storyline, which would be cool, but because they can't really do Odyssey, I don't think, because they've already kind of touched on all that.
Yeah,
Um,
I
so
mean,
yeah, I think
I
you go
think
as
you
a
could
completely
introduce Cappy though. I feel like.
yeah, they could do that. Um, uh, yeah, Cappy would be pretty cool. Uh,
Who are the antagonists of Odyssey?
well, obviously
Oh, it's the
Bowser's the
rabbits.
main, yeah, and then you have like the rabbits. You got Topper, uh, Spirit, um, and the other two. Can't remember their names, but
I mean, I guess you could technically do Galaxy 2 because there is Galaxy
yeah,
2, but I just don't
you
know.
could.
I don't know how much gravitas that would have in
Yeah,
the interest department. Um,
yeah,
but I don't know. It's exciting. I do genuinely think that the next couple movies should be other IP. Like I think we should do Donkey Kong. I think we should do Star Fox. I think we should do Luigi's Mansion. Like I don't think you immediately need to jump straight to Mario 3, whatever that is.
yeah.
It's gonna happen inevitably.
Hmm.
I just don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe they do just go to World. Maybe they like just do a weird order. They go Super Mario, Super Mario Galaxy, then Super Mario World. Like maybe that is the play, but just don't know. Just don't know currently.
Yeah. It's heavily the third Super Mario Bros. Is heavily rumored for 2029.
Yeah, yeah. That's what
Um,
Jack Black said.
yep.
So we'll just have to see.
So,
But all right. Any closing thoughts for Mario before we wrap it up?
um, yeah. Uh, focus, focus the path. Make it a cohesive story. Quit jumping all around.
Mm.
And I I feel like these movies can be good. We've seen animated like a lot of people have grown to really like the Sonic movies.
Mm.
You can make good video game movies for kids. And so I'm excited to see where they go from here because don't know where they're gonna go from
Yeah.
here. Um, so yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah. Absolutely. Completely off topic. I still think the best video game adaptation is Gran Turismo. Uh, it's just such a good movie. Um, sorry, completely random. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It delivered on a lot of what I wanted out of Mario, not necessarily a lot of what I wanted out of a movie. But I think looking at that, I'm kind of okay with it because, like you said, I will be going to watch this again. I
Yeah.
will be watching it with my parents for sure. And so just really excited. I'm really excited to keep it going. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for the first episode of Watch Your Way. Aiden, it's been a pleasure having you
Yeah.
on here for the first time.
Yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes.
Absolutely.
What do you think the next movie will be that we watch?
What will be the next? I
Probably
mean,
Michael, right?
I know the next review will be Michael for sure.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything that's come out before Project Hail Mary that we haven't seen. I know there's that Hoppers movie that came out.
That's true. I heard that was pretty good.
Yeah. So maybe we could go check that out. Other than that, yeah, there's not really much. But and hey, you never know. You might even see like maybe if there's some game that Aiden is playing that comes out, maybe he'll hop on the a Player Way podcast at sometime as well.
Like if Star Fox is coming out, I will probably play that game.
I know you've talked about Lego Batman at some point.
Yep.
So you might hop on the review for that.
Yep.
So yeah, very exciting stuff. Hope everybody is as excited as we are for this. Yeah, that's going to do it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment. What do y'all think of the two movies? Leave a like. There it is. Oh, my gosh. Look at that. That is so amazing. I wish I had those powers. Hold on. No. I'm not like that, bro. I'm not like it's just the meme thing, bro. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it for us. We will see you next week. We don't know what next week's topic is yet. It'll probably be either a ranking or some other thing. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway,
hey, drop it if you have any suggestions.
Absolutely. And we have been brainstorming of like we said, like shorter content as well, and just some separate videos as well. So just keep on the lookout. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.